So it's not a treatment, it's a support group. And, it's a wonderful thing to have support groups. In fact, we strongly believe in peer support. It is a core component of our program. If you asked anybody, they'd tell you that I've frequently said that it is equally important to the medical, biological, nutritional care that we're doing. This is not more important. The peer support is equally important because people with lived experience sharing the tools that they've learned, the tricks and the methods that they've figured out that work for them, that help them stay well. They're sharing those incredible tools with people in our program, and that's pretty miraculous. So I think, why is it widely still the case? Because widely it's believed to work. And I'll say the second piece of this, I think, is that patients who have this disorder are generally thought to be at fault for the disorder, right? It's assumed that this is a choice that they make. That is also a widely held belief. And so when people don't do well in AA, or they don't do well in rehab today, instead of believing that perhaps AA and rehab aren't working, what people tend to go to, their default belief, is that the patient's just not working hard enough at it. And that's in fact a tenet of AA. It works if you work it, is one of their sayings. Well, that turns out to not be true, because many patients work it and still don't succeed, because you're missing addressing the biologic component of the disorder. So you need peer support and help and groups and things like that to help get you through and to teach you tools, but you also need to address the biological component of this disorder, and that's not being done. It would be like treating cancer with just a support group. That's what this is. And folks don't think through it that way, and they assume that if people don't do well, it's because they just don't care, or they're just not trying hard enough, and nothing could be further from the truth.